They thought I was just another guy loitering outside a bakery. Dark jacket, phone in hand, brown skin. That was enough. No questions, no warning, just hands where I can see them, like I'd done something, like I was already guilty. It happened on a cold Thursday morning. I was outside Marlowe's bakehouse, waiting for my ride share, croissant bag in one hand, scrolling through emails with the other. I'd been there 2 minutes, tops, when the squad car rolled up slow. 2 officers, Doyle and Kendra, stepped out like they were stretching their legs, like this was routine. For them, maybe it was. "You fit the description," Doyle said, eyes scanning me like I was a suspect in his head before I even opened my mouth. I told them I was waiting for my driver, but Kendra just smirked. "We'll clear it up at the station." Then it was cuffs, no ID check, no rights read, no chance to explain. Just metal on my wrists and laughter between them as they joked about the paperwork they'd be stuck with. That's the part that stuck with me. The way they laughed like it was just another box checked. Just another guy hauled in for looking close enough. Inside the cruiser, I stared ahead. Quiet. Calm. Doyle tossed out a, "You got anything to say?" like he was itching for me to mouth off. I said, "Yeah, I want my phone call." He rolled his eyes. "You'll get it after booking." But the way I said it, something about my tone, it shook him just a little. He looked back through the mirror again like he was trying to figure out why I wasn't angry, why I wasn't panicking. When we got to the station, the guy at the desk, Tanner, froze when he saw me. "You sure about this one?" he asked. He matched the call, car break-in, loitering, Doyle answered, all casual. I spoke up, steady. I was standing outside a bakery with a receipt in my bag. Kendra cut in. "You doubting us, Tanner?" He didn't answer. He just typed in my info, then stopped typing. Looked again. I said, "I'd like my call now." Doyle smirked. "Gonna call your lawyer?" "No," I said. "I'm calling the office of the state inspector." That shut him up. Tanner wasn't laughing anymore. He slipped into the back office and made a call of his own. Quiet. Urgent. See, what they didn't know, what they couldn't have known, was that my name is Curtis Monroe. I'd just been appointed special counsel for civil oversight for the entire state. I'm the guy who investigates them. I'm the one with the clearance, the authority, the access. I made one call, 28 seconds. By 3 p.m., the chief got an email. My release was not a request, it was a mandate. Attached were my credentials, my role, and an audit notice. 45 minutes later, I walked out. Same suit, same calm face, but now flanked by 2 state officials in dark suits. I passed Doyle and Kendra in the hall. I didn't say a word. Didn't need to. That silence? It said everything. But it didn't end there. Monday morning, my name started floating around briefing rooms. Whispers, side glances. A couple of senior officers traded nervous looks when someone mentioned Monroe. Kendra said it was probably a mix-up, that the guy would still catch a record eventually. But she didn't sound so sure anymore. 2 weeks later, Doyle and Kendra strolled into court expecting to testify against me. But when they stepped into that courtroom, when they saw me not sitting at the defense table, but beside the judge, with a nameplate that read, "Special Counsel Curtis Monroe," I swear, their faces dropped like someone pulled the floor out from under them. that session. It wasn't a trial, it was a review hearing. I laid out stop records, body cam gaps, arrest logs that never led to charges, all with the same two names on them. I showed a map covered in red pins, all from their patrols. 80% of those stops involved people of color. 90% never led to a charge. They tried to defend it. We just respond to dispatch. We don't control descriptions. No, I said, but you control what you do once you're there. And I wasn't the only one speaking. Julian York told how he ended up with a sprained wrist after asking for a supervisor during a traffic stop. Elliot Rivers shared how he was cuffed in front of his kid because he matched a vague description. They didn't yell. They didn't exaggerate. They just told the truth. And that made it worse for Doyle and Kendra, because the truth didn't need drama. When it was Kendra's turn, she crossed her arms and said, "We've always done what we were taught." I said, "Then maybe it's time we teach something else. Because when you stop seeing people and start seeing profiles, that's when the damage begins." On the final day, I stood up with a folder. No legal team, no theatrics. I said, "I don't think you became cops to hurt people. But somewhere along the way, you stopped questioning yourselves. And that's where it all unravels." I recommended they be suspended from field duty, full audit, reopened cases. They didn't argue. They knew. That afternoon, Doyle cleared out his locker, took a desk job at the city impound lot. No badge, no gun. Kendra? She disappeared, moved out of state. No interviews, no updates. Just gone. The precinct? It changed, quietly but meaningfully. Training videos now use real footage, mine included. Rookie officers are asked, "Have you ever made a mistake and learned from it?" Not to shame, but to see if they understand the weight of the badge before they ever clip it on. That's all I ever wanted. Not revenge, not fame, just consequences. The ones that reach everyone, not just the powerless. Let me ask you, do you think that was justice or just damage control? Have you ever seen someone get judged before they got a chance to speak? Drop your thoughts below. I read every one. And if you believe stories like this matter, go ahead and subscribe. Because sometimes the biggest changes come from the quietest voices, holding up the clearest mirror.